Back by popular demand. Random Thoughts with John O.
You know, if the term "in your bag" was popular during the 70s, it would have had to truly apply to the Jackson 5. Because I don't think there was no group at that time that was in their bag like Michael and his brothers. Every song they put out back when they were young, they was in their bag. Michael on Who's Loving You? You can't tell me he wasn't in his bag. The back and forth between Michael and Jermaine at the end of The Love You Save, they was in their bag. That term would truly apply to the Jackson 5 back then. You know, sometimes I deliberately avoid what's going on in the world because I don't want to talk about shit. Hey, can y'all ever remember seeing Gina's Bedroom on Martin? On the song One Thing by A. Marie, what actually is the one thing? And speaking of Martin, I really don't understand why Ari Lennox is tripping about that. I've never seen any colorism in that show. Was it just going over my head? Colorism? Nah. But if you want to speak about colorism, look at School Days. That was colorism. You know, I was today years old when I found out that Instagram has an Instagram page. You ever do something and you be like, damn, what are the chances that that happened? Well, obviously the chances are pretty high because they happened. And if we want to talk about isms, you just want to pick shit out, we could pick out King of Queens. Doug was always getting on Arthur about something, snapping on him. Was that ageism? On Good Times, JJ was always calling Thelma ugly. And Lord knows, we all know Thelma was not ugly. But was that uglyisms? On What's Happening, they was always getting on Rewind about being fat. Was that body shaming or fatisms? And look, before y'all come in the comments with the bullshit, yes, I watched King of Queens. Yo, now that Otis Williams of the Temptations is the only living, surviving member of the Temptations still around, is it fair to say that when the Temptations and him do a show, that people are actually coming to see Otis? But you know who I would never go to see? John Legend. New Year, same John O. Same bullshit.
And this has been Random Thoughts from John O while sitting in his car.